Welcome back to the Automotive Pulse channel, where we chase down every rumor, every leak, and every whisper coming out of Detroit before anyone else dares to talk about it. Today, we are diving into something that has been sending shockwaves through the performance car community, the all-new 2027 Corvette C9. A vehicle that Chevrolet insiders claim represents the most radical reinvention of America's sports car, since the original C1 rolled off the line back in 1953. If the rumors circulating around this next-generation Corvette are even half true, we could be looking at the moment Chevrolet finally closes the gap between its homegrown icon and the European exotics that have dominated the supercar conversation for decades. Let's start with the big picture. The C8 changed everything when it went mid-engine, and it proved that Chevrolet was willing to break tradition to stay competitive. Now, sources suggest the C9 is taking that philosophy even further, moving toward a dedicated electrified platform that blends a twin-turbocharged V8 with a hybrid assist system borrowed and refined from the E-Ray program. Whispers point to combined output numbers north of 1,100 horsepower in the top spec variant, which would put the Corvette nameplate into territory previously reserved for seven-figure hypercars from Italy and Germany. Imagine a Corvette that can hang with a Ferrari SF90 or a McLaren Artura, but still wears a price tag that keeps it within reach of enthusiasts who grew up dreaming about this badge. Styling is where things get really interesting. Leaked design sketches and camouflaged prototype sightings suggest a lower, wider stance with a dramatically sculpted front fascia that channels air more aggressively than anything Chevrolet has built before. The signature quad taillights are rumored to return, but reimagined with a full-width light bar that ties the rear fascia together into one continuous, futuristic signature. Active aerodynamics appear to be a major focus as well, with a deployable rear wing and adjustable front splitter that automatically adjust based on drive mode. Something we've seen on cars like the Porsche 911 GT3 RS, but never fully realized on a Corvette at this price point. Inside the cabin, expect a total transformation. The C9 is expected to ditch much of the switchgear-heavy dashboard from the C8 in favor of a cleaner, more driver-focused environment built around a curved digital display that spans from the instrument cluster into the center stack. Sources close to the program describe a steering yoke option, similar to what we've seen tested on other performance flagships, along with a fully configurable head-up display that projects real-time torque distribution and battery state directly into the driver's line of sight. Materials are said to take a significant leap upward too, with real carbon fiber trim, Alcantara-wrapped surfaces, and a seating structure borrowed from track-focused suspension engineering to keep drivers planted during high G cornering. Underneath the skin, this is where the C9 story gets its most exciting chapter. Chevrolet engineers are reportedly using a new aluminum and carbon fiber hybrid chassis that is lighter and stiffer than anything the Corvette platform has used before. Combined with a rear-mounted electric motor assisting the front axle, the C9 could become the first true all-wheel drive performance Corvette, unlocking launch control numbers that rival the fastest all-wheel drive hypercars on the planet. 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds has been floated by several insider sources, a number that would have sounded like science fiction for a Corvette just a decade ago. Chevrolet is also expected to lean heavily into track capability with this generation. Rumors point to a Z07 or possibly an entirely new top-tier trim built specifically for Nürburgring lap times, featuring magnetic ride control tuned specifically for the added weight of the hybrid battery pack, along with carbon ceramic brakes as standard equipment across every performance trim. There's also talk of a drift mode and a dedicated track telemetry system that syncs directly to a smartphone app, letting owners review braking points, cornering speeds, and throttle inputs after every session, a feature that would put the Corvette shoulder to shoulder with dedicated track weapons like the Porsche 911 GT3. Of course, we have to talk about sound. One of the biggest questions surrounding any hybridized performance car is whether it can still deliver that emotional, visceral connection enthusiasts crave. Chevrolet engineers are reportedly obsessed with preserving the Corvette's signature exhaust note. Even experimenting with active sound enhancement systems that amplify the turbocharged V8 without resorting to fake, piped-in speaker sounds like some competitors have controversially used. If they pull this off, the C9 could offer the best of both worlds, blistering electrified performance without sacrificing the raw, guttural soundtrack that has defined this nameplate for generations. Pricing remains one of the biggest mysteries. If Chevrolet manages to keep the base C9 close to where the C8 landed, we could be looking at one of the greatest performance value propositions in automotive history. Even if the top-spec hybrid variant pushes into six-figure territory, it would still undercut nearly every rival capable of producing similar power and acceleration numbers, continuing the Corvette's long-standing tradition of punching far above its price class. Now, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, I want to remind everyone watching that everything covered in this video is based on speculation, industry rumors, and unconfirmed insider reports. Chevrolet has not officially announced final specifications, pricing, or a confirmed release date for the 2027 Corvette C9. So treat these details as an exciting look at what could be coming rather than confirmed fact. As always, we will keep tracking every new leak and official announcement as this story develops. If this next-generation Corvette turns out to be everything the rumors suggest, it could mark one of the biggest turning points in the car's 70-plus-year history, transforming it from America's beloved sports car into a legitimate hypercar killer that just happens to wear a bow tie. The idea of a Corvette hunting down million-dollar exotics on both a spec sheet and a racetrack is the kind of story that gets enthusiasts fired up. And honestly, that's exactly why we keep coming back to this nameplate video after video. What do you think about everything we covered today? Are you excited about the possibility of an all-wheel drive, hybrid-powered Corvette? Or do you think Chevrolet risks losing the raw, analog character that made this car special in the first place? Drop your thoughts down in the comments. I read every single one of them and love seeing this community debate the future of American performance. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on notifications so you never miss a breakdown the moment new information drops. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one right here on Automotive Pulse.